7 Red Flags in Dating. Why you should stay single for now. If you notice any of these 7 warning signs in your dating life, it might be wise to consider remaining single for the time being. Are your own dating red flags preventing you from finding love? While my videos are mainly aimed at men, this particular discussion is relevant for both men and women. If you identify with these 7 red flags, I can assure you that it may be beneficial to stay single for now. However, if you are content being single, and have a positive view of women, that in itself is not a red flag. It's important to recognize that intimate romantic relationships are not essential for everyone, and choosing to remain single is perfectly valid. If you prefer to skip ahead to the 7 red flags, feel free to jump to the specified timestamp, but keep in mind that you might miss out on understanding the potential negative health effects of prolonged singlehood. For those still with me, thank you. Even if you decide to step away from romantic pursuits, forming non-romantic relationships can significantly enhance your mental and physical well-being. Everyone can benefit from having close personal connections, ideally through in-person interactions, although online connections are certainly better than having none at all. Research indicates that feelings of loneliness and social isolation can be as detrimental to your health as smoking half a pack of cigarettes daily or being classified as obese. This is certainly not a good situation to be in. If you find yourself feeling lonely or irritable frequently, the solution may lie in cultivating 1 or 2 close friendships where you can truly be yourself. A helpful tip is to strive to become your authentic self, whoever that may be, without pretending or lying, even to yourself. By doing so, you can foster genuine friendships with individuals who understand and accept you without judgment. Being authentic may feel riskier at first, but it ultimately leads to more meaningful and lasting connections. However, if you are yearning for a romantic partner or someone to share intimate moments with, it's essential to address any blind spots or red flags you may have. We all have blind spots, myself included. For those who are new to my channel, my goal is to assist men in understanding modern women, enabling them to attract and maintain healthy relationships or simply improve their interactions with women. I want to clarify that I am not here to endorse toxic behaviors or unhealthy relationships. Welcome to this segment, where I aim to provide insights without judgment. As long as your choices do not involve harm to animals, children, the elderly, or vulnerable individuals, I am here to share information that could help you lead a happier life. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. As we explore these red flags, consider how you would feel if someone of the opposite sex exhibited these traits. If your attraction to them would diminish, it's likely that the same applies to you. Having these red flags can lead to attracting partners who mirror your emotional state, reinforcing your biases against them, and creating a negative cycle. If you recognize any of these red flags in your dating life, remember that it's not your fault. You are doing the best you can with the knowledge you currently possess. Perfection is unattainable, and striving for it would be quite dull. Any of these red flags could be hindering your chances at love and fulfillment in life. If you identify with several of them, that's actually encouraging news. It means you have multiple opportunities to change your future for the better. While it may not be easy and could feel uncomfortable, change is indeed possible. By addressing your blind spots, you stand a chance at increasing your happiness, or at least reducing your dissatisfaction, even if you choose to remain single. Let's talk about those glaring red flags in relationships, 7 specific warning signs that could signal trouble ahead. First up, uncertainty. If the thought of unpredictability in a relationship makes your stomach churn, it's time to pause and reflect. Life itself is full of unknowns, but love, that's an entirely different kind of wild ride. Embracing the adventure is key. For example, imagine your partner suddenly starts working out more, lands a new job with more social exposure, or shifts their lifestyle in a way that feels unfamiliar. It's natural to feel uneasy in these moments. This is why aligning with someone who shares your vision for growth, like mutual goals for self-improvement, is so critical. In my own past, I spent years in a relationship wondering why things never clicked. It wasn't until after we parted ways that I realized our core values around personal development were completely at odds. That disconnect bled into every aspect of our lives. So here's the takeaway: chemistry and attraction alone aren't enough. If uncertainty keeps you up at night, it might be healthier to stay single until you're ready to navigate life's messiness together. Next, let's address negative assumptions. Do you automatically expect the worst from the opposite sex? This mindset can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. For instance, if you assume your partner will cheat, you might start scrutinizing their every move or questioning their actions. Over time, this breeds resentment and pushes them away, sometimes even making them more likely to act out of spite or loneliness. I've seen this play out countless times. A couple argues repeatedly over baseless accusations, and eventually, one person gives up and walks out. It's not about justifying infidelity, but rather recognizing how toxic expectations can erode trust. Have you ever caught yourself jumping to conclusions without evidence? If so, it's a sign to reassess your approach. If you can't move past these assumptions, staying single might be the better choice. Now, let's tackle flaw finding. We all have quirks, but if you're hyper-focused on nitpicking, it's time to take a step back. Picture this: you meet someone who checks off almost every box on your ideal partner list, except they're overly attached to their phone, and it distracts you during quality time. Instead of labeling this as a deal-breaker, ask yourself, can this be addressed? Maybe setting boundaries around tech use during dates could work. Fixating on flaws without seeking solutions sets you up for disappointment. If you're determined to find fault in everyone, remember, perfection doesn't exist. If you can't see past imperfections, staying single might be wiser. Lastly, the judgy judgers. Do you dismiss potential partners simply because they're different from you? Relationships thrive on connection, not carbon copies. Sure, finding someone exactly like you sounds appealing, but it's also incredibly dull. Differences, when respected, can spark growth and excitement. Think about a dynamic where one partner is a driven, outgoing workaholic, while the other is a laid-back introvert. At first glance, this might seem incompatible. But if both value shared goals and appreciate each other's strengths, like the introvert's calm presence balancing the extrovert's energy, this relationship could flourish. The key is avoiding judgment and embracing the unique qualities each person brings. If you can't celebrate differences, it's better to stay single and keep an open mind. Choosing a life partner requires alignment in core beliefs, values, and aspirations, not perfection or identical views. Think of it as harmony rather than uniformity. All relationships demand compromise, but this shouldn't feel like constantly erasing your own needs to appease someone else. If you struggle to embrace the natural differences between genders, staying single might be healthier for now. Let's explore 3 major mindset barriers that sabotage connections. 1. The enemy mentality. Paranoia ***. Imagine viewing every potential partner as a spy plotting against your joy. Some people adopt this defensive stance, women assuming all men want only physical intimacy, or men believing women are solely after wealth. These stereotypes often stem from misunderstanding. Have you ever found yourself in a conversation where you said something embarrassing, only to feel a wave of regret wash over you? You might think, I must be so foolish, or what a loser I am. In these moments, the negativity is directed at yourself rather than the action you took. The focus shifts from the mistake to a harsh self-critique, which can lead to feelings of self-loathing. If you find yourself berating your own character, it's a sign that you might not be very fond of who you are at that moment. On the other hand, if you can reflect on your words and think, that was a silly thing to say, next time, I'll phrase it differently, you're not condemning yourself. Instead, you're recognizing that while your comment may have been unwise, it doesn't define your self-worth. If you struggle with self-hatred, it might be wise to take a break from dating and focus on nurturing self-love. When you start treating yourself with kindness, you'll naturally begin to make choices that enhance your life, even if that means remaining single for a while. It's entirely possible to challenge and change negative beliefs about yourself that aren't serving you well. Learning to trust your judgment and make sound decisions takes courage, self-reflection, and a willingness to take risks. If you resonate with any of this, it may be time to pause, embrace your single status, and consider a new approach to personal growth. Here's a little challenge for you. Should you choose to accept it, prioritize your mental and emotional health by identifying one negative trait you recognize in yourself. Then, take a small, manageable step toward changing it. Remember, it's crucial that this step is achievable, otherwise, you might not follow through. Keep in mind that significant change doesn't happen overnight. It has taken you a long time to develop your current thought patterns, which are deeply ingrained in your brain. Creating new pathways in your mind requires consistent effort and time. For instance, you might decide, today, I will give everyone I meet the benefit of the doubt and see how that changes my interactions. Then, try to repeat that the next day. Actively challenge your negative biases, as they can be detrimental to your well-being. Even if you choose to remain single, seeking additional support can be incredibly beneficial. Whether it's through therapy to help untangle complex emotions or a self-development program like mine, there's no shame in asking for help. Speaking of my self-development program, Wake Up to Love, it offers a comprehensive guide to enhancing your life in ways that matter to you. One of the sessions focuses on understanding women, but even if you prefer to stay single, it can help you improve your relationships with female family members, colleagues, or friends. I'll include a link with more details in the show notes. If you're considering therapy, I recommend a specific company that treats men fairly. It's important to avoid biases in therapy, as you want to build connections rather than create divisions. I'll also provide a link for that, along with a special discount for my viewers. Thank you for being here and for watching until the end. I'm sending you an abundance of love, the kind that perhaps you didn't receive as a child, which truly saddens me. Let's not dwell on sadness together, instead, let's focus on growth. I hope this message has been helpful to you. If it has, please leave a comment, give it a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. God bless.